Aloha, YouTubers and fishermen worldwide. These are my secret to a lot of things, from jigging, plugging, grubbing. These are line dancers in small, medium, and large. Been using these for roughly 10 years now. When I first started doing my videos, I started using this, and I've been using it ever since. Aloha guys, Scuba Chris here. I started this about 10 years ago, going on educational videos, and Joe Olivis was the one that got me into it. I really admired the way he did things and tried to help other people with his knowledge. So I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm probably still not as good as Joe, but I'm doing it the way that I would like to learn on my own. So one of the things I wanted to show people 10 years ago was line dancers. Check it out. That is a line dancer. That simple metal thick wire with the rubber coating. And what the line dancer does, it makes the lure dance. Okay, it makes the lure dance. True story. When I went out with my sensei, he's my bowling instructor as well as my fishing instructor that I had when I got back into this. What happened is that when I went on full moon, I wanted to make a point because I figured out what this was. And he says, "Hey, Chris, there's a full moon tonight. We're not going out. We're not going to catch shit." I said, "You know what? I'll pick you up, drop you off. Before I drop you off, I'm going to treat you out to Zippy's, which is a good eatery here in Hawaii." So he says, "Okay." So I picked him up, took him out. And sure enough, from 8 o'clock to midnight, it was bright because of full moon and nothing. He didn't catch anything. On the other hand, I caught like maybe 20 fish. So he was frustrated. So what are you doing that's different from me? I had a line dancer. I took one out of my pocket, put it on his rod. And after that, he started fishing and catching fish like me. And even the old guys can learn something that's never been seen before. So since then, I've been in touch with Bill Stute of Line Dancer, and he just sent me more of these. So when I sent Bill a message, I found out that he's been advertising it from everywhere, from Amazon, and he's now on eBay as well as Amazon. So he said, "I'm going to send you a few." So I just got this the other day and just cut this open. And he said that I'll send you a few to keep you occupied. Alrighty. Bill Stute is a nice guy. I mean, he didn't know who I was, but he sponsored me. For all these years, he was one of my first sponsors. And he doesn't know who I am, but okay. Got all this here. Check it out. The old packaging is gone, but they're like this now. You got the small, medium, and large with instructions on how to use it. So he no longer has it in the plastic cases. I mean, the picture that I showed you at the beginning, it should be at the beginning of this video, has a picture of what it normally comes in a plastic casing. I think this way is better, less overhead charge. So it shows over here, how it should be attached. It's a very simple instructions on how to attach it. It says heavy action has to be closer to the first guide, and heavier action has to be closer to the reel, and the lighter action closer to the first eye. Okay, and it's small, medium, large. And it's very thick wire. You can't bend it with your fingers unless if you're a gorilla. You need pliers to do that. And you don't want to work it too much with the pliers because it is rubber coating. You don't want the rubber coating to scratch off. But it gives you quick instructions over here on how to do it. And it looks so simple, but it works. If you watch any of my videos or videos by Bill from Line Dancer, it'll show that this works. Another thing I noticed, they're color coded. I didn't realize until now. The black one here is for large diameter. The reds for medium, and the gray is for slender rods. So when you use the gray for slender rods, it's more for ultralights. The red is more for medium application, medium to medium light application. And generally the large one here would be more for I would say more of like the plugging, jigging type of rods, you know, something a little bit more thicker base backbone to it. I use the medium more than anything else, and just only recently I've been using the larger one. Now this one here, I only have very few light to ultralight rods, so I have quite a few of the small ones. Okay, this is an example of a large thickness here. I don't know what it is in millimeters here, but that's a very large thickness. This is one of the new G series rods that Mustad just came out with. This is 10 foot 6 inches, so it's a long rod, and all you have to do is just put the wire on it like so. And now see, like I'm a right-hander, so you know the handle here is to the left. So what you want to do is you want to the opening here should always face where the handle is. If you're a left-hander and it's going to be on the right-hand side, you have this on the right. Now you see how, let me put this down for a sec. See how this is shaped here? See that? See how it's pointing towards my phone right now? You want this on the rod like this because you want it to cradle. See this bend here? See that? You want it to cradle the line, so it should be facing that way, not up but down, facing that way. And what I found is, okay, here's simple instructions how to do this. Now you can use the medium. This one here, the gray one, is the medium. I'm sorry, the red one is the medium. So you can use the medium. The medium one would fit halfway up.
Just chucked it out. So I'm gonna bring it back in. Something out there to the right of me. There it is. Yes, there it is.
Now, if you go with the medium, and it's halfway between the tip, the end of the first eye to the reel, you should be using the medium about here. Now what that does, it goes, you feel the line go da 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 da. You can actually even hear it, feel it going through the line, and it's unusual. You don't think it'll do it, but I have enough videos to prove my point. But I found that I go further up. I go to the thicker part, and that vibration is now, instead of go do do do, now go is more violent. And what happens is that the vibration travels through the line, and it's all produced by the LineDancer. Now it seems stupid, like how can that be? How can that, to the loss of science, physically be? But it's true. If you watch my videos, you'll see the tip of my rod go. But if you bring this further out, like the instructor said, that lessens. Now, I'm not going to go against Bill on what he recommends, because this is what he recommends. But I found for my usage, I used to go whipping with grubs along the shoreline here in Hawaii. Now I'm doing small lures, and most recently jigging from the shoreline. And I'm catching more fish than the people I go with because I use this. So the closer this LineDancer is to the reel itself, the more violent the vibration is. And another thing too, which is very important, if you use monofilament gives. So when you use monofilament, there's going to be less vibration traveling through the line because the line is absorbing some of that. Now, if you use fluorocarbon, it won't make a difference because fluorocarbon doesn't give, or very little. So it's a good line to use. But here I use braid. This here is 10-pound test braid with my Helios. This is a Helios 40, which is like a 4,000 size from Akuma. And like I said, this is my from Mustad, is part of the new Rodwork series. This is called a G series hybrid. This is the longest in the series at 10 feet 6 inches. And I got maybe about 4 of them right now, all different sizes. So this one here is my bomber. This is what I get. big distance, averaging 60 to 80 yards on. So when you put this on, you know, like I said, it comes down, and it has that type of scoop to it. That's the way you align it. And the reason why I use braid is because braid does not give. So what happens is that the vibration is 100% through this line. It's very, very violent when you have it this close to the reel. Now, if you do what the instruction says, it should be about here, and you would have to go from the black large to the red medium and put it here on this side, like so. Okay, look at that. That's the way it should be. See that? Halfway through there. Now, if you go by the instructions, this is what it should be. But if you go through here, like the instruction says, it'll work. You're still going to get dun, 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 dun. But I found for my usage, when I put it back here, it's more violent. And that vibration going through the line into the LineDancer makes the lure feel and look like a wounded fish. So trust me on this one.
Can't even barely get my hands around it. Really good size. Whoa. Heavy sucker. Woohoo! Look at the size of that puppy. Okay, baby. Thanks for the fight.